7 years has gone so fast.
Такой.
Бля, Мика, что за хуйня в коне опять? Вот, второй раунд просто.
А, ебать.
18
хп.
Бля, это HP. Вы два кона играете, так еще типа первым номером почему-то.
Welcome to Blast Premier 2022. Twelve Blast Premier teams will begin their quest for victory in the season group stage. Teams seed each other, creating 3 groups of 4. These teams then play out a BO1 rapid-fire round to set their place in a cross-group gauntlet. BO3 gauntlet will see 6 teams automatically qualify for the season final. The remaining 6 teams will be cast into the showdown, where they must fight to survive in a merciless single elimination format. Whilst there, they will be joined by one top global team by way of exclusive invitation. A further 9 additional teams will enter the fray, thanks to Blast Premier regional qualifiers, making it a truly open tournament, where even amateur teams have a chance to unseat the pros. For the first time, each seasonal showdown will be split across 2 regional tournaments. 8 teams will compete within a European and CIS bracket, whilst the remaining 8 will battle with a North America and rest of the world bracket. Victors of the showdown, 1 team from the European and CIS bracket, and 1 from the North America and rest of the world bracket, will secure their place in the season final to join the 6 teams from the group stage. The 8 finalists will face off in a GSL format, leading into a single elimination playoff bracket with quarters, semi, and grand finals. The champions of both the spring and fall seasons will be joined by exceptionally skilled teams, including winners of the CSGO Major, ESL Pro Leagues, as well as the 2 teams who top the global leaderboard. The Global Leaderboard is a year-long point-scoring system that takes into account the performance of Counter-Strike teams from leading tournaments from around the world. Teams accumulate points by winning matches and progressing as far as possible in these selected events. Teams hoping to qualify through the global leaderboard will have until November 28th to claim as many points as they can in a number of events, including both Blast Premier seasons and several leaders.
The jungle. Primeval home to an exotic assortment of rares.
Who have fought their way to the top of the leaderboard. These 8 champion teams will come together for one last clash as they battle it out for a prize pool of $1 million. Join us in 2022 as victors are crowned and heroes are made.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are ready with the first game of day 2, Navi versus MIBR, and obviously best of 1 again. So
Let's do this by the.
for MIBR.
Let's move.
Yeah, that's a nice way to put it. A very hard match. You, however,
Yeah,
have really stepped off the edge here. Haven't
I actually feel like I'm so happy about it. I always love it when everyone is going to be picking one team, and I have an opportunity to pick the other one. Plus, it's best of 1s.
Yeah.
Plus, now MIBR have been faking out the entire world forever, pretending that Cello's on the team, and you're not.
That he was on this team. I feel like every time I've been at an event, you're supposed to see him play. He's just not here. It's quite depressing. Yeah, I guess in that sense, I'm kind of.
Yeah, that's how it goes. I don't know. Are you gonna file a complaint somewhere?
I might. I think I'm gonna.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna. Explore the avenues that I have to get that point back. But
The
yeah.
lawyers involved.
Either way, with you.
Even Boomich said in that interview at the start, like anything can happen. I took him on his word. It's gonna be MIBR.
Okay, sure. Yesterday we saw Nico still kind of playing at the same level he was at the end of last year. Do
Yeah.
you think we're gonna get the same thing out of Simple today?
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
Well, I mean, tragically for him, I think we are.
So
Yeah.
Probably for bit 2. I know it's like an interesting. It's like one of those things. If you had to do the analysis, thinking what would it take for MIBR to have like, I mean, apart from everyone on that team playing really well, you do need both
Cello.
Simple and Bit. Yeah, you need Cello. Fly him in the right way. But you need like a couple of heals
Yeah,
from MIBR
big fan.
to be real sleepy. That's basically my reason for this pick. I'm just hoping that they're a little bit sleepy. They're like, it's a best of 1. It's not going to be so serious. And then MIBR are going to be super hyped to be here and just be playing really well.
Well, you've got to be quite excited too, because I know yesterday, even before we even got MIBR, the today of MIBR playing, you had even said on broadcast that you.
I think a lot of people had this experience with Monacy. If they didn't know before, they definitely
어떻게 하는 거야,
saw
이거?
that yesterday. And that was my experience watching Woody play. I just thought this is absolutely wild. He's decently good in average situations, but I think the more pressure you stack on top of him, the more wild his play becomes. And I think maybe it's something down the road that people they'll see it coming and they'll realize, wait a minute, just because Woody's in a 1 versus 3 in the B-bomb side with an AWP, you don't have to just rush him and try and kill him, because actually he can fight his way out of that. But then it's going to be harder for him to play that way. But I think it's so early on, I don't think many people will realize.
You have a little bit of like a love fascination with like the players who just get crazy, who just like, do like the weird random stuff. Like you fell in love with Acor very quickly as well. Although a lot of people did. I enjoyed watching Acor at that.
That kind of play it has a ceiling, and what's interesting to me is what happens when a player hits that ceiling. Can they find a way to switch it up? Can they change their game, or are they forever stuck in that? I agree completely. Long-term, winning whole tournaments and building like a really long career. I mean,
They're chilling. They're having a good time.
this is the curse of being number 1, isn't it?
Let's pick it up.
We're all having a good time here. I do love the fact Kira kind of got started, and
Unfortunately, yeah.
and it was, people were just in their bedrooms all over the place. I feel like everyone here is taking this real seriously in terms of being grouped up. Everyone is trying to be together as many as possible. I really enjoy it. I think that's super important. I mean, I think that's where you learn through the online phase anyway, that it does make a difference whether or not you're at some sort of a boot camp or you're just all at home hanging out.
Okay, let's touch on before we go dive into this one. Obviously, you can see we got some tech issues and connection issues. Astralis and OG next.
여기 사기인데
How
이거.
are you feeling about those two teams at the moment with this group?
Just, I think, really a lot of question marks. On some level, I mean, I'm interested to see what happens more than anything else with OG and now the Nexus on the team. Astralis, I still think they should be quite a bit better than they currently have been displaying. I still think Config and Blame is a crazy. They should be good. Don't know if they will be, but they should.
Okay, let's walk through this bracket. Next round is going to be Navi Astralis. Yeah, we both have Astralis we picked.
Yes, we do.
Okay. Do you want to stick with that? Do you want to change it? You seem very hesitant.
No.
Okay. Winners match Navi Astralis. Who's winning that?
Again, I mean, in a best of 3 right now today, I'd pick.
You're hedging your bet right now.
And I'd be picking Navi, but actually, that's a tempting thing. That I could pick Astralis in that one actually.
You could
to try. Yeah, if everyone else is going Navi, I might do that.
Right
actually,
now, are you? Are you gonna do it?
If everyone else on the talent roster picks Navi, I'll pick Astralis. Sure.
Okay. So
I'm down.
Yeah. All right. These first opening 2 games, OG versus MIBR.
I mean, we're making a lot of assumptions already, but if
I'm waiting for you to pick MIBR.
Obviously, MIBR, they're going to be playing in the winners match. That's not that. I think obviously because of the economy, these best of one really hardcore because you can lose the first 5 rounds, you can win 8 rounds, and then you can lose what would be the 7th round, and then so I guess best of ones are still can be hard to play, and a lot can go wrong if you lose both the pistols. We saw that a bunch yesterday. Who was it that started up losing? Was it NIP?
That was NIP. So I mean that's generally quite hard to make it back from. But the modern day economy does help a little bit. The map pool and a lot of these new teams will have to reconstruct their map pools anyway. So I actually do. I mean, it's obviously, I think for most people, it's between Vitality and G2 and maybe FaZe as a third one in there, which is super interesting. I think FaZe is a really fun lineup. I just think I am thinking of FaZe as like the sleeper one that'll fly through under the radar for a while. Well, the G2 and Vitality ones are obviously going to get most of the headlines with the kind of the way they ended the year, and obviously just like the number of players switching and the number of high-profile players switching. But I think that FaZe one, Rop's coming in is so sneakily could be like one of the best roster moves made.
Yes, I agree, and I think partly because whatever intel you had playing FaZe in the past, think of how hard it is going to be playing FaZe in the late rounds now because of Robs and the way and how methodical he is and how much he's like. It's going to be just a very different feeling. Yep. You have to unlearn everything you've learned about FaZe and then try to do
put it all back together again.
Yeah, I think that'll actually be very tricky, but I think it's going to take maybe a couple of months before we see the full effect of that. Really, yeah. I mean, it's just because I don't know why I can't really justify it. Maybe I have some internal voice that's telling me that this Vitality project is I won't say it's not good. I just think there's more moving parts for me than there is in G2. I think G2 is more like ready to go on some level.
I think from different conversations among different members of talent, there's 2 ways to look at that new Vitality team. One way is to look at it and see all the potential upside of it, and the other way is to look at it and see all the potential downside.
Yeah.
I feel like you're on the downside camp, which is okay. There's a couple people on the downside camp.
I think a little bit probably, yeah. And I say that as someone I really badly wanted to work because I think it'd be so much fun if it did. Yeah. I'm obviously a huge fan of Apex in general. I think he's a fantastic person. I think he's a really cool Counter-Strike player right now, and his whole career I just think is we need to do like a real documentary about that.
It's funny considering how long of a career he's had, and it feels like just at the end of last year he finally actually picked up some kind of extreme popularity that he hadn't had before.
And I mean if you think about some of the older French lineups that he was in, where he was really not a name that was brought up almost really ever. I mean,
He was the afterthought. He was like the role player who had like the one job. He was the hardcore entry.
Yeah, we need someone to throw no bomb site first, and it happens to be Apex. But now let's talk about Kenny or Shox or someone else. Like, you know, it's like
Apex is gonna go die. Let's move on to guys like Kenny and then let's move on to Shox.
Right, and
BK
it's just very interesting to see him live through all of that and then come into where he is today. So I'm a huge fan. I want the project to work. I just think it's more tricky. I think the G2 thing is more ready to go on some level.
Okay. Yeah, so they're gonna get out and running.
Yeah, but listen, we've had teams before, and this is in this past, but it can be very hard to build a team that's where the aim is to take down someone as good as Navi is, and that's the goal. That's what you want to do, because you're gonna find out pretty quickly if that works or not, and if it doesn't, does that mean the project isn't working, or like do you want to make changes already? It's like how much? I mean, not to say that you scrap it after 1 or 2 games, but
No, I think the interesting part about it is I think we've kind of remember the old days in Counter-Strike and even kind of some of the really early days of CSGO. Like you could make a roster change and immediately feel the impact of that. Like one player roster change could turn you from like a team who can't make it to the quarterfinals to a team who's contending for a trophy. In the middle stages, it was kind of like you could make a roster change and you're up and running within a month. Feels like now it's going to take longer. I think like the game's gotten a lot more complex, a lot more cohesion within these teams, and teams are just a lot better. It's going to take like 3 or 4 months to really power these projects up to their top level.
Yeah, and I think it should. I think that is the reasonable way to do it. I actually, on some level, I actually think if you make the change to try and say, oh, let's just do this, we'll buy this expensive player or this really good player right now, and then maybe we'll win the next tournament and it's going to be great. I think that's kind of if those are the sort of the glasses which are viewing the game through, it's going to be tough. It's going to be really hard to find long-term success. So I'm all right with it taking a while, but I'm just saying the pressure internally in the team and on social media and all the rest of it could definitely be there pretty quickly. So I think it'll be interesting. It'll be fun to follow those projects right there. The mouse sports one is actually completely unknown to me now. Just that we're talking about roster change, I just have almost no idea what that is going to be like. But I'm definitely curious about it. They have another wild mix of players in there.
Yeah, the mouse changes are I kind of like them, but it's mostly because I've always had like I've always just really liked Apex, or I mean not Apex, I have liked Apex as well. But I've always really liked NBK as a player.
Yeah,
I like it just throughout his career. I've always really enjoyed watching him play for whatever reason. So I hope this mouse sports roster, I hope NBK and Nathan has obviously in the roster does very, very well.
He's certainly got the experience to pull along many of the less experienced players that are going to be in that lineup. So there's a lot there to be done. One of the first people to realize that escaping French Counter-Strike was
the way to go.
The way forward.
Yeah, everyone else followed suit. Yeah, it's funny watching like all the regional scenes kind of like blow up, but like in a good way, like not like some kind of internal like huge implosion in that sense, but like everyone's kind of realizing that there's a lot higher ceilings if you're able and you're willing to go out and bring people in from different regions.
Let's roll.
And go for talent rather than someone who just speaks the language.
Yeah, I mean, on some level, it is a bit of an artificial barrier to set up for yourself to say, well, we can only pick people from this country. It's like, all right, well...
And it's a barrier that has always existed in every iteration of Counter-Strike over the years until, like, maybe the past 3-4 years or so.
Yeah, suddenly it's changed. I mean, I still think we haven't really seen the full effect of it, but obviously, so far as a year, we're going to really see a lot of that. My dream, a little bit, is that the next sort of wave of big change after the international, let's say the sort of the evolution of the international rosters will be the academy side of things, where that will become way more effective, because then we have actually way more resources. We can now have academy teams, and we can have, international teams, and then I just think that's a great start.
Well, in theory as well, the academy teams is like like an extension of the main team, in the sense that like you're hoping that there's some kind of tactical cohesion between like how the main team plays and how the academy team plays, so you can start bringing those younger players in and seamlessly, and even just bring them in, as we're seeing with NIP, Device being sick and able to bring an Opera in to replace him and have him for X amount of months. But even like shorter term, someone just maybe a little bit burnt out, wants to take an event off, someone wants to just kind of like need some time at home for whatever reason, someone's moving. Just kind of slot in and get that experience for just a week and then head back down.
Yeah, I think that's that could make for an interesting year. In
뭐? 왜? 맛있잖아. 그러니까. 어? 맞나? 잘했다. 꺼져. 안녕하세요. TV는 뭐예요? TV? 야, 이거 하면 안 되겠는데?
They were playing with. I'm really interested to see how that was going to develop over the break. And I know one of the big conversations from within the VP camp towards the end of last year, especially with Yekindar, who's super vocal about it, was just how long of a grind they had been on, not just in terms of the number of events and matches they played, but the number of boot camps, the number of days of practice. And I know just a couple times we saw him giving interviews where he's just like, man, we're so tired. We're just exhausted.
Not a good place to be, really. But
no, as someone who's lived through it, it is. There's some exhausting moments and exhausting stretches in the pro player grind.
So yeah, I think I kind of agree. I don't think we're really skipping Gambit because we're not interested. It's just that they just are like a more of a rock solid kind of setup, and we just expect them to chuck along, basically.
Well, also, I mean, there is the element too with those teams. Like one thing that I think that we can all do a better job from TOs to the team organizations themselves. I mean, just like we don't even like, I don't know, don't even like know all the players really on like a personal level, like content coming out around them, getting to know these, like there is some kind of like, it almost feels like there is like a little bit of a barrier between those teams and us getting to know them on a level that allows them to us to talk about them in more depth.
Yeah, we should fix that somehow. Find a way to get some more insight. That'd be really good. Think maybe with a little bit of luck, they are getting close. I think at least everyone is kind of here now. So are they going to do one last hug? Are they going to end the break? They do it. Fine. All right, whatever it takes.
Why not? Oh, bathroom break. It looks like.
Well, I mean, it is just the best of one, but still. As long as they come back in time, we should be all right.
Where do we put that on like the hierarchy? You know, like the hierarchy of tech pauses where you're like, oh god, the head.
Let's roll.
Oh god, someone's sitting back in their chair. Oh god, like hands behind the head. And now it's everyone's out of the room.
I feel like
that's got to be the red button. Oh, they're back.
Oh, it's quick. Don't worry.
Okay.
It's all good. I do feel like when you see them starting to remove the PCs, like whole computer, that's when you know, oh no, like we have to set up a whole new thing. It's never good. By the way, we're playing on Dust 2.
Yeah.
How do you? I mean, I feel like from IBR, I don't really know necessarily about sort of. I think they're never gonna catch Navi on a super weak map, right? In the Vito. So I don't think that's going to be such a big issue, but I mean, it's a map at least where they can have some fights straight up.
Oh, we're going live, baby. Yeah, they can, but I mean, do you really want to take fights straight up against the lineup that Navi has at the moment? Like that's like 4 players deep that can take over the game, and actually 5 players, I think against MIBR. I think Boomich is going to be looking deadly as well. 0 to 0.
Find out.
0 to 0 or 0-0, as we say here in this side of the world. And ooh,
they're actually tied with Navi right now.
Are we getting? I think we're getting tech. I hear typing.
You hear typing?
But I see nobody stopping.
Okay, let's assume that it's all good.
It's live.
We do have the P250 coming out along. on Joda. And we'll see if he can land anything. A lot of peeking all at the same time, but Boomich will stay alive, and I think that's really all he needed to do right there. Just don't get shut down, because that opens up the bomb site in a different way. And I think Na'Vi are fine to play this a retake. I don't think they care that much. They have double HE on Perfecto and Simple, so gotta be careful when you you'll get exploded in the middle of it.
Waiting for the spam through the smoke before trying to cross and...
免费升级授信账户，从此优先快人一步。大家好，我是蓝机器，升级5亿授信账户，畅享高质量对局。
Come on, let's get this started.
YP 一个，
长枪、短枪、行者位，还有 A 还有，这俩
长枪2个呀，没人帮我。
去 B 不是去 B 了。
我他妈打了半天，一个人都没有，我操！一枪死，一枪死，长枪一枪死，有的
YP 眼睛，
死完了，死完了，最后死完了。
我死完了。一还是在起，刚一把。
我给那个中路破点拉中路吧。
拉他。
So that we may be free. Deploying smoke shield.
闭上眼。
拉拱门吧。
狗 YP 掉了。
闭小，到拱门了。你压地下，右手。
可以。
去那边发一把。
过点烟呗，我拉拱门。
YP。
Throwing smoke.
上地小。
Light it up.
我操！他凭什么有前满级啊？我
Hold door there.
叫他。
I'm laying down some smoke.
上地下。
YP 大局。
超市。 大局。
超市局，超市局没烟。
Grenade out. Okay, I'm setting it down here.
아유, 야야야야.
Let's go.
YPN.
Smoking. Throwing a flashbang. Throwing a flashbang. Flashbang out.
잠깐만.
给2颗 BR 有场吗？不是呀。
我有。
잠깐.
Flashbang. Throwing flashbang.
包点外围2个，外围2个，2个局，还有一个局，超市。
大局，你是包？
你在干嘛？
不是你说吗？
这推了呀，这推超市
烟
了。
烟绿色封烟。捡包。
아, 왜 거기다 까는 거야?
Let's do this thing. Come on. I'm throwing smoke.
VIP。他妈前几。
쓸라 A 쓸라. 튀어 타이.
Deploying smoke shield. Flashbang out. System fire.
包这个包。 妈的！
YPN.
Throwing smoke. Throwing fire grenade out. Throwing a Molotov. Grenade. Flashbang. Grenade.
两个 YP 还有一个。
Flashbang
还有一个。
中远，闪光，不在沙袋，左手，不在沙袋。
就踩到上面。
打 B 吧，我操！厨房，进 AK 了。
快piên.
Come on, let's go. Smoking.
烟爆在了。
Smoke. Burn. I'm going flashback. Flashbang out. Molotov out. Flashbang. Going flashbang. Throwing fire. Fire in the hole. Smoke.
아.
A 2
啥情况？
바보들아.
I'm throwing smoke.
알로. 近点.
Grenade. Molotov out. Deploying smoke shield.
这。
Flashbang. I'm throwing a flashbang. Throwing a flashbang.
地小我不知道，他是我控制。喜欢 B 小。
됐어.
Blending. Bomb has been planted.
井家有狙击 VIP 井家有狙
Let's move. Come on, hurry up. Smoking. I'm laying down some smoke.
사이에.
Throwing flashbang. Flashbang. Laying down some fire. Flashbang.
와이프가. 잡았냐?
B 空
Flashbang.
对吧？
躲包里。
闭镜了，只是墙上一个外壁一个，开始。
Bomb has been
RP.
Come on, let's go. Throwing smoke. Throwing flashbang. Throwing flashbang. All out. Throwing smoke.
短巷解 AK 了，短巷就他一个了，都死完了宝典，三明治，其他都死完了。别好像空了，最多几家而已。96。
Flashbang out. Deploying smoke shield. Molotov. I'm throwing flashbang. I'm throwing smoke. I'm throwing full flashbang. This place on fire. Throwing a Molotov.
有上过，我这样。
최고 최고. 뛰어라. 차우스.
I am planting the bomb. Grenade out. Bomb has been planted. Terrorists win. Go.
에이, 샷건.
Flashbang.
OK。
Throwing a flashbang.
那个长枪短枪跳台
Throwing smoke. Burn it to the
还有一
ground.
个跳台长枪还有一个，可能推进家了。就是他，没了。
必小好像双架了，
没了，就他们三个。
不好吃。
他说 B 小双架的刚才。
Molotov out.
我们家一个。
操！看到包了！别把包丢这种地方，下次。黑屋最后一个，黑屋。
没看到包，你还没看到包。
哦。
黑屋区。
Cover me while I plant. Bomb has been planted. Molotov out.
또.
很可惜啊。
对了。
얻어다.
아. 뭐다? 5把子手机。就这样。
Take care of yourself. Throwing smoke.
闭上眼。
我给
Throwing a flashbang. Throwing a flashbang. Burn. Flashbang out.
长枪 A。
现在都死了。
Flashbang.
看到小子。
看到了。 长枪一个，
还有假币，
两个 A，可以去。
长枪，
下耳刀转了。
宝宝。
답인지 몰랐네. 오케이, 맵이 종로.
Booyah, let's get him.
A 出了，
我这样。
差不多。
二楼。二楼掉了。A
来，别动。
一个2楼下去。
잡아줘.
Time to haul ass. Flashbang out. Laying down a smoke. Flashbang.
第二楼。
Flashbang.
第二楼还有。
Grenade out. Deploying flashbang.
哎，就这逼样他妈打头不死，我操！真的铁，1C5还他妈起买家。
交换。
好，谢谢。我不会打这 M4，其实我换了。
给我吧。
Gear up. We aren't going on a windy walk here. Deploying smoke. Throwing flashbang. Incendiary. Fire in the hole. Smoke out.
아이씨. 완전. 两个좀.
Laying down smoke.
야주.二楼下，不要闭上，爆掉了。
Deploying flashbang.
不是
Throwing flashbang.
想给。
明白。下水道了，不好捡了。下水道确定。
These fellas are gonna regret waking up this morning. Throwing fire. Grenade out. Throwing smoke. Incendiary. Flashbang. Throwing flashbang.
二楼一个 ，AEL。
Terrorists
我压 B 小。我压出来了。
哎呦，
Laying down a smoke.
闪光，中了，攻吗？
哎呦，你下水道出了，下水道出了，还有一个。
Throwing flashbang.
哦，没了没了 ，LV 有一个 ，LV 有一个。不会确定。B 小的。
이런.
Move it, move it. Molotov.
中了，
中拉了。上。小黑屋
VIP 2个 ，VIP 3个，小黑屋1个 ，VIP 2个。
VIP 俩。
3个，小黑屋还有一个。
Bomb has been planted.
拱门，拱门。
不要。
Remove any doubts in your head. It's
한번
us
더
or
있더라.
them. Grenade out.
哎呀，我真的中拉。
Laying down smoke.
我们两个。
我藏了。哎，拱跳台。你啥一拉下枪线呀？不要躲了呀！B 小一个，上国门。紧急啊！
Asses and elbows, people. Let's get this done. Throwing smoke. Grenade.
아 A 이거. 아 씨.
A야.
정로 이거.
Smoke.
소신 좀.
还有个大餐。
不要比下，不要比下。
拱门。
Throwing grenade. Grenade. Smoking.
不用去找，不用去找，不用去找，走走走走。
Counter-terrorists win. Let's move out. Smoking. Throwing fire. Fire in the hole. Throwing smoke.
还有一个中。
Deploying smoke. Grenade out. Throwing flashbang. Incendiary.
아이 뭐 먹어줬더라 이거.
Deploying flashbang.
저건 사다 이거.
国门，
我怎么觉得是 B 小？
真的吗？我没听清。
啊 ，B 小 B 小 B 小打 B。没吧，可以走可以走。
跑了跑了跑了，别打别打别打别打，真别打。
先走了，今晚先走了。
我没钱，下巴1分都没有，你别炸了。
我帮你接过那火力。
二楼。
Flashbang. Throwing fire. Grenade.
B2没有。
我看一下，我看一下。
一带包。
我不是支架的。
Flashbang. Counter-terrorists win.
我还以为你他妈给我人闪呢，我操！
我 A1 人呢。
我假装没有，直接他妈拉他，我操！丢一把，我丢一把。杀一个。
Go, go, go. Smoke. Grenade out.
听到脚步。
B2躲。
B2里。
쉘 떴어.
Grenade. Smoke out.
跑掉了 ，web shot.
Throwing flame down a smoke. Throwing fire.
就在你脚底下。橙色就在你脚底下。傻了。
Deploying flashbang.
我有个闪。
找不用找。
Laying down smoke.
下水道。
Terrorists win.
씨발 괜히 샀네.
Let's go. Deploying fire. Flashback.
정로 매치.
Throwing a grenade.
정로 이거 정로 이거. 아. 파요 이거 정로.
Grenade out. Incendiary. Smoke.
아 시알다.
VIP 下，
死了，
나이스.
好像在飞口，我听到他了。
Terrorists win. Thanks. This is it. Come on, come on. Incendiary out. Throwing smoke. Laying down smoke. Throwing smoke. Incendiary. Deploying flashbang. Flashbang out. Throwing a grenade. Throwing flashbang. Throwing
第
flashbang.
二楼有一个，
Grenade out. Flashbang.
第二了一个。
下那个下耳刀，拿狙了他。
应该没事没事。
没死，两个都在，有个一枪死，两个下水道有个一枪死，掉了，还有一个下水道就在里面，拱门了。
Move out. Oh, yeah. Good work, people.
야 우리 가자. 오늘 내가 쏠게.
아 아니야 뭐 맨날 자기가 쏜대. 오늘은 내가 쏠게.
내가 쏠게.
내가 쏠게.
내가 쏜다니까.
내가 쏜다니까? 아 진짜.
내가 쏠게.
사장님 여기 계산이요.
잠깐. 오늘은 우리가 쏜다.
그걸로 될까?
서든 어택.
That was essentially a one round. 4 versus 3, B bomb side, bomb planted, it's all good. I mean, I think it's still pretty cool that they managed to get 8 rounds in the first half of MIBR, but it should have been 9.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean, that kind of a retake, you certainly have the advantage.
Yeah.
In that post plant. But I mean, as you mentioned a couple times, this is the half where it gets really interesting. This is the half where we get to see nice opening. That's just a heads up duel versus simple. Something is not feeling great on the Navi side of things, and Biet is on his cousin. Huge issues in middle. One more would be spectacular. Traded, and thankfully MIBR did not try and throw bodies to try and save his teammate and overextend. 4-on-4 here in the pistol, and a lot of damage done to Navi. One smoke left as well.
You have to appreciate the commitment to that fight. You're like, I'm never backing down. I'm sitting top mid with no backup, just shooting at any moment. 3 people could show up from T-spawn and just, you know, run down suicide and help me, but...
You know, the only difference between courage and stupidity is the outcome.
Yeah, there we go. Well, it worked, so we're all good. Still a 4-on-4. Exit gonna smoke up the door, but there's still a lot of people coming his way, and they need some backup out here from that A bomb site. 2 people, I don't think will be able to hold this on their own. Exit though, brilliant headshot to begin with, and Boomich, he's in trouble too. Bomb is on the ground. Exit doing all the work right here. A great triple and Perfecto. He was meant to be the lone lurker in middle to try and help out once the bomb is down, and that's not doable any longer. They just need to play around for time right now. 40 seconds left. For Perfecto to go in there,
MIBR 개 잘하네.
find the bomb and then fight for the afterplan is not going to happen. Great round from MIBR.
Really nice round from MIBR. That's both pistols.
Getting nervous yet, Jess? You feeling
You know, Anders, no.
No?
I just, no.
You know I'm going to be insufferable the whole week, whole next week too.
You've been insufferable for years. This next week isn't going to change anything.
It's powered by these small wins, is what I'm saying.
All those small wins coming up.
Yeah, just every once in a while. Simple, not quite successful with the Deagle out long, but if they could pull together and win these next couple of rounds, they would be up to 11-7. It's a great position. You don't need much from that point there. I'm just saying they have the roadmap to get to 16. They could do it.
They can do it. Deagle leading the way out mid. SMG, probably, you'd imagine from Woody, gonna chew him up, but he backs away after just one kill, plays it safe, doesn't give anything over to the Na'Vi side. 5 on 4. And spotting no one as he crosses the double doors. Na'Vi still just probing with these Deagles, still not finding anything just yet. Not even a clean shot, not even a clean fight.
Angling for it? No, not getting a shot. Hey, interesting. 4 kills so far for Simple. Though, consecutive headshots, absolutely well played. 40 seconds. He's going to run straight for the bomb plant. Why not get that extra cash no matter what the outcome of the round is here?
Ice cream sandwich if they win.
객기 심플 4킬 13데스네.
Something on the line here. Cheeseburgers yesterday. Was you something on your mind?
We're just going to make a full meal.
All right.
Eventually we'll get to the appetizers.
Tronic. Oh, he's going to get outdone. He probably need a Perfecto out there to help him.
Yeah, probably a little bit. Either way, like the situation they're in, 2 great shots from from Electronic to even get that bomb play. You're going to be happy. Remember, Na'Vi also didn't buy into this round. That was unarmored Deagles. So they were going to buy in this third round no matter what. That plant just helps bolster what they're going to be able to bring into this round.
True. Man, good shots from Electronic. Reminds them who they're playing against. Got to do that sometimes. But you're right. It's going to be Simple with the AWP once again.
Turtle's just laughing his face off, though. I don't think he cares who he's playing against.
No. That's what I like about the... I mean, this isn't quite as crazy in terms of the celebrations, but there's just always that feeling when you're watching the Brazilians play, right? Just excited.
This is when you hear someone talk about playing with no pressure. This is kind of that. You know, you take a headshot like that, or like a 1-deagle like that from Electronic, and you're able to just kind of laugh it off because you're up. You're up 2 rounds and. You're not even supposed to win it, so whatever. You're doing a great job. On the other side of things, you're seeing some of the frustration, when someone from Na'Vi takes a 1-deagle like that, and you see a little bit of a head shake.
Oh, the timing!
What?
They were setting up some kind of... I don't know if they were under the run boost or just peek around the corner, but he just took them both down. That's extremely uncharacteristic for a team like Na'Vi.
I need to see that transfer. Oh, he had that second kill. I'm sure that was traded every day of the week. What a double kill from Turtle. Woody's going to back away with the SMG.
잘 쏘냐.
side of the B bomb side, but I'm not sure it really counts the same way. They're gonna have very, very late warning for what's coming. Ooh, but they'll get the kill. Or get a good position.
Here we go. This is going to be tough to crack into. Only 2 Molotovs, no flashbangs. Perfecto going to try and force someone out into the open. There's the AUG just holding the angle. Nice and easy. Exit with another one as well. Molotov doesn't do its job perfectly. Eventually goes down. Still a winnable situation, especially considering Simple is on the board with the AWP.
They got that dink on Electronic, but it wasn't enough for the kill. Oh, Simple missing a shot, and he gets pressured right afterwards. Electronic, he's 1 bullet or 1 nade away from death, so he has to stay clear of any more damage. The Molotov, though, to slow down Turtle is absolutely brilliant. That's going to put some pressure back on MIBR. They do not currently have a kit picked up, and Simple will find a shot. There's Electronic as well, taking down Woody, and Turtle is on his own. Slowed down from the beginning. I don't know. This seems like it is gone.
No
Without the kit, it's just not, I think, going to be possible to find these last 2 players. Electronic has managed to escape. This is such a great round for Na'Vi to be winning. And Simple, yeah, he could just stay hidden in there, and Turtle already knows. It's Na'Vi taking the lead again in another very, very unlikely round. Damn.
They almost had the opportunity. That miss from Simple, uncharacteristic, especially when he's hunting for that exact shot. A little bit slow today, but obviously great work. Electronic positioning himself just perfectly. Simple holding an angle so he knows nobody can jump up close to Electronic's position, and that's just great teamwork. Nice 2v3 victory to give Na'Vi the lead.
I mean, if you combine that with the ending of the first half, where they lost the retake, and the fact that, and in this round, there's probably a couple rounds here that you could say MIBR should probably have been winning.
You want to know what's kind of weird? Just looking at some of the stats, and I mean, this, in all fairness, this is about 2 rounds back, so take it with a little bit of a grain of salt. Simple's got 3 opening kills, but in most of this game, he's been very, very quiet. Other than that, Bit has 1 and Electronic has 1. Like, MIBR has really been winning the battle of the early game, and you think back to that first half. Oh, hold the phone. Let's let these Deagles sing their tune, tell their story. Perfecto moving up into the bomb site. He needs to get one soon. Bomb is dropped behind. That's the AWP. These angles are tough. Bit, crazy spray, and Electronics left with a minute in a 1 versus 2.
That was a flank through lower dark with the Deagle just as they were pushing into the bomb site. So just all out chaos. You could see there at the end, Perfecto trying to aim absolutely everywhere all at once. Electronic now, 1 versus 2. And it is a winnable round here from his point of view. He could definitely do it. There's the peak, and Biari will take him down. Fantastic triple kill for him in the round. And Woody coming up with 2 of his own. And if ever there was anything to save MIBR, surely it's a round like this. There's the kill for Woody, and then Biere coming in from lower dark as well. Yeah, huge.
Yeah, this is a crazy round for MIBR to win. Ties him right back up.
Let's roll.
Sets them up decently for the future. Actually, very well for the future, considering the buy that Na'Vi's bringing out. 2 Galils, an AK, a Deagle. Actually, excuse me, I didn't see that AK right at the end of the buy time, so pretty decent altogether for Na'Vi. But if MIBR can win this one and take all the money away, that can be something special. See if they've got it in them.
Yeah, that's got to be the dream. And at the same time, if they don't do it, if Na'Vi win this round, then when they go back to review this game, this is going to be one of those pivotal points, along with the other 2 rounds we talked about. But this is right here is kind of a breaking point. It won't quite be the last chance for Na'Vi, obviously, but it's going to get them close. Probably closer than Na'Vi would have wanted. Tied up at 11-11. Woody, he's around the corner with that AWP. Let's see if they can challenge him. Going to be flashing their way through. And a nice timing on that. Not so much.
야, MR 카니가 같은 편이네. 야, 안 들어오겠다, 애들.
표정이야.
아씨, 버스 타나 했더니 안 들어오네. 아, 야갔다, 야갔어. 돌봄 맞춰지나 이게? 에이.
And MIBR is starting to do it. Bit, the last one remaining on catwalk, and he's so blind. Flank Perfecto is working his magic, but there's nothing he can do here to win this round.
Very, very interesting. Good flashbang from long to set up that AWP shot from Woody, just making it even more possible. And obviously, the fact that he caught Electronic out there, I mean, I actually thought I was going to go the other way. Normally, if you're the CT walking in, that's a bit of an issue. This also set up with a flashbang. That was Joda setting that one up to get simple to begin with. But yeah, that's a nice quick headshot right there. And they're 14-11. No bomb plant either for Na'Vi. If they hadn't screwed up those other 2 rounds, they've already won, Jason.
Good point. All down to the screw-ups.
Yeah, it's playing that what-if game all day. All day.
All right. Well, this is going to get interesting. Let's see if they can screw up one more round, Anders.
I mean, they probably can. There's always a way. Especially if you are a little bit less experienced, you are 2 rounds away from beating the best team in the world, opening sort of game of 2022 for yourself. Like, this is where people get real excited and real giddy, and people do make more mistakes.
I don't know, but the way the MIBR is playing right now is pretty damn solid. Even this round, they have the strat red right out of spawn. 3 players, 2 players in mid, 1 in the B bomb site. They've got to lean towards this side of the map. Na'Vi looking at the mini-map, setting up a mid to B split with upgraded pistols, with 1 Galil, with the scout on simple. This could be another wipeout for MIBR. They could have 4 chances to close this map.
Trying to get $100 after this. I mean, that's a huge deal necessarily, but they obviously want to plant the bomb in this round, Na'Vi. I think that's at least the first goal. If they get successfully into the B bomb side, maybe they can even win the round. But BRE already shut down from that window in B. They don't even make it past the middle at all, and Boomich goes down to exit. They know that he's here, but they can't do anything about it. They don't have the nades or anything else to do anything. Simple, low on health, and he will be down the last. 15 to 11, a triple kill for BRE NSN. And as you said, 4 chances right now for MIBR to start this year with an absolute upset.
Oh, and they make you right. That's perhaps the worst part of the whole thing. That sucks. Another timeout called.
Let's roll.
I'll be civil about it, yes.
Yeah, sure.
I won't bring it up.
I bet. Second timeout called, and
I'll be a gentleman. Simple can't believe what was happening.
I don't think any of them really can.
No. And I mean, they're having an incredible amount of players that are showing up to this game, which, to be fair, that's probably the only way to beat Na'Vi, is to have sort of the full squad of people really having an impact.
Yeah, everyone's playing well on the MIBR side. Even Woody, who's kind of low on the scoreboard, 11 and 17 for him at the bottom, but we've seen him hit some great shots with the AWP. A couple of them out dueling Simple as well, and he's also 4 and 3 in opening fights and opening duels, so he's doing a very good job, although that's a couple rounds back as well. 15-11, MIBR's on fire. They're 1 round away from taking the opening map of Group B.
Let's roll.
Spring groups of 2022. Open kill to Bit. Turtle traded back, and Bit's got another one, almost controlling the spray, and it's chaos at long. AWP going back towards Joda, just to protect it.
Yeah. That's a lot of output from Bit. Again, that was like Galil that he was playing that corner. It was not necessarily the most high-powered weapon. He could have easily been out-duel, but did a really fine job there.
And the crazy thing is that exchange kind of comes out even to a certain degree. Boomich 20 HP, Joda with 31. They both have an AWP. Both have used a lot of utility in that initial engagement.
Can they clear that car corner easily? If they get distracted from middle as they come in?
Look at the read.
Yeah. 2
players at the B bomb site. And the player at A, the sole player at A with the AWP, is at low health. That's a lot of confidence to put in a player who's pretty bruised up.
They're going to be playing outside.
The jungle. Primeval home to an exotic assortment of rare species. None more rare than the murky brain.
They would have had such a powerful defense, but I think they second-guessed themselves right at the end. Good timing for Na'Vi and a good shot to probably end the round with here. And MIBR, they really need to think about the sort of the runway that they have. The one thing that could kill this for them is if they run out of money. Yeah.
Yep. And sometimes, I mean, that kind of presence of mind about the economy and about the money is one thing that slips away from inexperienced teams. But yeah, good control from Brit. As you said, the Galil don't normally see it have that much impact, especially in an awkward spray battle at that corner.
Yeah.
Oh, that's some Matrix level stuff. He just picked that up out of the air.
Crazy stuff we're seeing. BRE is 24 kills, and then it's 22 on Exit, 21 on Turtle. So they're just generally a lot of output there. But this round goes to Na'Vi, so they take a step closer to playing overtime. Had some really cool overtimes yesterday in that G2 game.
Yeah, the G2 NIP game.
I welcome it.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's all, I mean, I think it'd be very, very tough on MIBR if it goes into overtime. I think Na'Vi are going to have an enormous advantage if that happens mentally. So maybe from that point of view, that'd be heartbreaking. But
I mean, if you do make it, you have to assume that that's what's going to kind of wake up the beast, like a 4-round run to end regulation to force overtime to come back into this, and then all of a sudden, yeah, added pressure onto MIBR that they haven't really had to play with quite yet.
It's very hard to keep your cool, yeah. When all you can think maybe is we could have won already. What are we doing, you know? Here we go. Out long. Turtle. Backup is too far away. I don't think... Oh, Woody, is he going to get here in time? If they kept pressuring, he might have been dead already. That flash nearly could have killed him as well. There's the smoke for the corner, but Electronic is right in front. Actually, there's two more people showing up. They have a three-way setup out here. It's another really good read for the defense. And now they're in a bit of trouble here. Electronic is dropping low on health. I think they know that he's there. What do Na'Vi do? Do they send back up to Electronic to try and help him and dig him out of this position?
No.
Or do they just leave him?
You leave him to die. And he's certainly going to. Just a matter of time. What you're hoping is that he's freezing multiple players in this position, and he exactly is. He's got two players here at long, but man, what a tough spot to get this player out. You have Simple keeping him ducked down, but that's going to be a tough shot. Good one from Bit. Mid has opened up. That's due to the players frozen at long for Electronic, but now Bit's got a lot to do. Good shot from Exit as he jumps up.
That is absolutely well played. Exit not showing himself to that long position, and now Exit. One more kill.
돼?
1 versus 3, and he goes down. MIBR, they pull through the upset and defeat Na'Vi on Dust 2 to start this season with.
Oh,